Change of plan, people. It seems that I can't find Ju-On the Grudge. I found Ju-On the Grudge 2, but I don't want to do my order. So here, Puppet Master 2. And I am kind of burnt out on Japanese J-horror whatnot films at the moment. So it's good old-fashioned 80s, 90s horror films, direct-to-video ones, you know, the kind you see in your local video store. Reminds me of a time where my sister took me to Stonewall. It's like an hour's drive away from here, and Stonewall's probably known best because it has our province state prison there. My uncle used to work there as a security guard at the prison, but enough of that. There's a video store there, which was just massive. You know that scene in The Matrix where Neo asks for guns, and just this whole rows and rows of guns just come in, and just like boom, it was like that. But imagine those racks full of VHS videos, and it was awesome. Like from Porky's to everything, all VHS, and it was amazing. I was like, Jesus, this is awesome. And it was something back in those days. It wasn't that long ago. It was like 5 years ago. And it was like, I think the box covers and stuff had a certain mystique, and they put effort on the box art, so it was really eye-catching and really cool. And of course, most of these movies were shit. And in the horror section, like say Pinocchio's Revenge and stuff like that. But you saw some really good ones like The Dentist and stuff like that. And this is probably where I saw majority of the Puppet Master movies on VHS on the racks, and just it brings back good memories of horror films and Super Nintendo and Nintendo games and N64 games on the racks there and stuff. Just like nostalgia. But Puppet Master 2, not as good as the first one. The first one's really good. It's really classy. It's really subtle at some points. But these movies do move at a fast click, which I do like. Maybe because they have such low budgets, and barely breaking $1 million, or not even having $1 million budget. So you consume all that. But the thing that I really do love about these things, of course, the puppets. They're so creative looking and neat. And I don't find them that scary. I find them quite endearing and likable in some ways, and they all have their own personalities. The puppets themselves are not inherently evil. It depends on their master. If their master is malicious and shit like that, or their master's hero, which we'll find out in the later films. I've only seen up to 5, I think, maybe 4, and there's like 10 movies, so we're probably set until the end of the month. I'm like, whew, finally I got a stockpile of movies to review. So I'm like, phew, no diving for Japanese horrors and Asian horrors. AsianHorror.com now, you have to pay for it. I'm like, fuck you. But there's probably some other videos on YouTube on the movie section, free movies that I have in here. I barely even talked about this film. I just rambled. It's not as good the first one. The girl's not as attractive because remember in the first Puppet Master movie, all the women in that, probably not the maid, but mostly all the women in that film were just fucking gorgeous looking, just classy looking, sexy women of the 80s. Especially like the southern psychic gal. Anyway, probably in here, Tertullian is back. The original Puppet Master, for some reason he's evil now and all crazy, but he does really steal the scene how the actor uses his voice and movements and stuff like that. He looks like the Invisible Man with his bandages on. Other scenes are probably known. There is a shoehorn love story in there, which I don't know, just doesn't fit it, just for drama's sake. I learned more about the Puppet Master's history and all these magics and artifice and alchemy he uses to motorize and magic and science in these puppets, which is kind of neat. Very much kind of like this green or yellowish thing, kind of like the Reanimator fluid. At the end, when the Puppet Master transports his body into a life-size puppet, he looks like Matthew Broderick. and it is funny. It's like, God, it's like an Uncanny Valley version of Matthew Broderick, who is already Uncanny Valley. It's that uncomfortable thing, almost not human, and just like, that nerve responses. It's a thing of video games today. They're always trying to go photorealistic, but in androids today, you just can't get the eyes right, though. The eyes are kind of really intentionally goofy, and it's the teeth and the lips and probably the hair, how it's coiffed at the side, all good looking, like, and stuff like that. So it really looks like a puppet, like a plastic giant doll version of Matthew Broderick, but he still probably has more personality and acting skill than the real Matthew Broderick. That's a lot of fish. Happy Halloween, everybody. Pub Master 3 coming up. Prequel. Nazis.